Cash. Joe Camp, if you don't know, is the director, producer, right, just creator of Benji, basically. Right. Put together all the Benji series.
Right. Did
a wonderful job with that. And now you've kind of moved on to horses a little bit.
Well, we haven't moved on. Benji's still at my feet when I'm working on stuff. Yeah. And Cash thinks that you may be offering him a treat there. Book. Are you going to eat that? But yeah, we did. It was all by accident. Totally and completely by accident.
Well, and in the book you explain that. One of the things, the last Benji you were a little disappointed with, and so your wife, to make it up to you or make you feel better, or whatever the case may be, brought a horse into your life.
Yeah, gave me a trail ride surprise for my birthday, and 3 weeks later we owned 3 horses, and a trail ride's not a real good reason to own 3 horses. I can promise you. But
you have a different way of introducing yourself to horses, and that's a part of what this book is about. And Cash was the first to experience this. What is that?
Well, it all has to do with relationship and whose side of the lead rope you're going to take that from, and how you're going to nurture those relationships, and that's what the life lessons of the herd, which is the subtitle of the book, is all about. Because what we learned was that what you need to do with horses is get over there on this side and take it. What do they want? What's their desire in this relationship? And everything changes.
Yeah.
Then I said, well, wait a minute. That's the way we ought to be doing it with people, with our boss, our employee, or our spouse, our kids.
Right.
And so that's where the whole energy for the book came. And it has become, as I was telling you before, a woman's book. And women from all over the country who've never had anything to do with horses are sending us emails, saying what a wonderful book it is and good read.
Because it's about nurturing?
Right. And that's what Kathleen believes, is that it's a book about nurturing relationships, and women by nature are nurturers. And she says men, well, I won't go there. It goes deeply into, all our stumbling and bumbling around, but ultimately with the discovery that there's something really wrong in the way that we're dealing with and caring for these things, these horses, these creatures. And I think you saw a good example of that wrongness at the Kentucky Derby this year.
I want to talk about that in a moment. I want to talk about what you feel about racing, but I also want to talk about the shoes on a horse, because that is a very controversial topic, because you have a lot of people making their living putting shoes on a horse, but you say no horse needs a shoe.
That's right. And the horse is genetically the same, whether he's living in a stall here in San Diego or whether he's out in the wild, in a wild herd. And the feet have the genetic ability to be rock solid, strong feet.
Can we show
sure.
Cash's foot here?
You want to hold this for a second?
Yeah, I'll hold that for a moment.
You'd be a good boy. Let me see.
Lift up the foot there.
It's a little dirty, but this thing you could drive railroad spikes with this foot. And it's a beautiful foot that he's basically maintaining by himself. And, when you start questioning this, go to the Houston Mounted Patrol, which is the largest police patrol in the country.
Yeah.
All 36 of their horses are working on this stuff all day long, and they're all barefoot.
And what you explain in the book is a lot of folks say, oh, but if I take the shoe off, the horse's foot is going to be sore. The horse is not going to like it. But you say give it time.
Yeah, because the hoof is unhealthy when you take that shoe off, because the hoof is supposed to flex, and that flexing pumps blood, makes the hoof healthy, gives shock absorption to the joints and the ligaments and the tendons, and helps get the blood back up the leg so the heart doesn't have to work as hard. And when you take that, it's like you getting a knee operation. Right. If you got a knee operation, you're going to have to recover.
Hey, we're about out of time, but I do want to ask you about horse racing. One of the biggest events in horse racing every year. This is a chance for a Triple Crown today. What are your thoughts on horse racing?
Well, they're racing them way too young. The growth plates, which are, soft tissue in a bone that allows the bone to continue growing, are not anywhere near mature and turned into bone until, the horse is, 3.5, 4 years old. And so they're, it's too young, and, they use steroids, which increases muscle mass, but it also decreases bone density. So, there's a lot of things that really need to change with that.
Joe Camp, thank you very much. It's a beautiful book. I read the whole thing yesterday. It's called The Soul of a Horse, Life Lessons from the Herd, and it's available, I'm assuming, everywhere?
Everywhere, and soulofahorse.com. We have links to all the Amazons and whatnot if you want to order it online, or you can go to Barnes & Noble.
You can just tell that Cash is an extremely happy horse, just how calm he is. It's wonderful to just be able to be beside him.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He is. He truly is.
Joe, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being on.
I appreciate it very much.
Cash, thank you too. Okay. All right, let's go.